What's up, guys? Welcome back. So here we are in Georgia, still sitting right in front of the National Guard trailer. I'm dropped. They've signed the paperwork. I've submitted the paperwork. It's all done. We're on our way up to Goshen, Indiana to grab the next trailer, which we're taking all the way back to Oregon. And then, crossing our fingers, we can find something good heading partially east, get back down here, and pick this thing back up. I'll see you guys up in Indiana. Obviously, I've got a fifth wheel. We're taking this one over to Oregon, and in my last video I said how it made more sense to burn your 70, run your time, and just get the miles done as opposed to running recaps. That's Dave, by the way. Yep, Dave. I still had 14 hours, and I could have ran all day today and maxed out my time, but the issue was weather. I could have ran, I probably could have made it, but the winds were right at that limit of where I want to run or where I don't, and it made more sense to sacrifice those 14 hours and knock out my reset, which will be up here in like 4 hours. Obviously, I'm not leaving in 4 hours. I'm getting ready to go to bed. So, me and Dave are going to run together. We just kind of happened to bump into each other, as I did 3 others of you here at Iowa 80, which is awesome. I love sitting down and just chit-chatting with some of you guys. Me and Dave got along pretty well, and we decided we're going to run together. You never know what's going to happen. Life throws you things. But what I was getting at is, while it makes more sense to me, and probably a good chunk of people, to run your 70 out, sometimes you need to let the weather dictate what you're doing. You know, my 34 is going to be like a 40 by the time that we hit the road, which is fine. And tomorrow, when me and Dave stop for our 10 hours, it's probably going to end up being more like a 14. And that's because of wind. Looking at the weather app, tracking what the prediction is as far as winds, it's going to make more sense for us to sit a little bit longer tomorrow. Just because there's still going to be a storm, not a storm, but high winds, and it's going to be coming down Wednesday late morning. So again, while I said run hard, run your time out, that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to just go. Be smart, take your time, be safe, and while you're trying to maximize your time, you also don't want to be that guy that's sitting on his side in the shoulder or in the median or whatever. Also, I finally pulled the trigger and I was able to find a new microphone. That's been a pain since this whole COVID thing started. It's sitting at my house waiting for me. So not this video, but the next one, I'll have a microphone back and should have a lot better audio quality. I appreciate you guys kind of sticking through that with me. I'm doing what I can here. It's hard to get a lot of things right now. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed. Him and I are gonna hash out the details of tomorrow's run. I'm trying to keep you out of the wind because that sucks. So I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll see you down the road sometime tomorrow. Rawlins, Wyoming. So yesterday we made it a whole whopping, I think we made it about 7 hours ish, and Mother Nature said we were done for the day. And on top of Mother Nature saying we were done for the day, she also said we were taking 17 hours off instead of 10. So got some sleep, got some much needed sleep. I was tired. Didn't really get a whole lot of sleep during my 34 reset, which is my fault. I mean, I was just hanging out, having a good time with a bunch of you that stopped by and say hi. Just doing me, not sleeping like I should have, and that was my fault. So last night was great. Caught up on sleep. Feel outstanding today. Anyway, I'm waiting for a little more info, but there's maybe the gas truck is a bad idea. And I'll touch on that a little bit later. For now, I'm going to eat my lunch, try and get you guys some more information, and make sure I'm giving you accurate information. And then, we'll fill you in on what's going on. But for right now, I'm going to eat my lunch, and I'll catch you later. All right, so yesterday we made it as far as Evanston, Wyoming. And here we are, Boise, Idaho, knocking out our 30-minute break. David's over there with the Coleman, and we're just about to get back on the road. This hasn't been a great video. I kind of touched on reasons why maybe you wouldn't run out your full 70 like I had talked about in the last video. But overall, I still think it's better to just run your 70 out. Now granted, sometimes it doesn't make sense to, as you saw in this one. Also, I'm just kind of tired. I think that I've just got too much going on at home. My mind is elsewhere, and haven't really been in it. You know what I mean? It's okay. Get this one dropped first thing in the morning, dispatched on my next load, pick it up, go home, knock out a reset, and I promise the next video will be better. I promise. We're going to go over why maybe an ELD is a good thing. Does that mean it works for everyone? No. Does it mean it's the best case for everyone? No. But there are times when an ELD is absolutely worth it. And like I said, we will go over that in the next video. Anyway, I'm going to hop back in the truck, get going down the road, and I'll see you later. So, going down Highway 20 in Oregon, there's some rocks on the road. I feel bad for Dave. I heard mine take a couple hits. Thankfully, I got lucky. I didn't get the damage. So to touch on earlier when I was talking about the gas truck, it turns out it had nothing to do with it being a gas truck. The transmission was acting real weird. He'd hit the gas and it would bang through all 8 gears and not move. Rock or something had come up and punctured one of the lines for the transmission. It lost all its pressure. Got it fixed. He's back on the road. Everything is good. So that's good news. Yeah. I did want to touch on here though. You guys know I've been running with Dave for the last few days, and the first wave driver I've ever come across. So what'd you do before this?
Before this, I was a salesman for like most of my life.
Okay.
So I did a couple other jobs, but they don't matter.
Comparative RV transport to that.
Oh, this is way better. My life is amazing now. I do nothing but get paid to travel the roads. See, I do it kind of like Transport Bandits do it. Whenever I go somewhere, if I see something cool that I like, I think I'll remember it, maybe write it down when I stop or something, and after I drop off my trailer, if I'm on my way back, we don't get a lot of reloads, so I'll just pull in somewhere and check it out. First reset I ever did was in Deadwood, South Dakota. Played poker where Wild Bill Hickok got shot. It was wicked. It's cool. To me, it's cool.
All right, and so to the people who say there's no money in RV transport, Because that seems to be the big topic. Like, you can't make any money in
It
this.
seems to be the big topic. Well, I'm gonna say this. Well, I've been doing it since September. I make more money than I've ever made in my life. Of course, I never made a lot of the jobs I had now never paid well. But I know a lot of guys who have jumped from being truckers and making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year or so to doing this, and they love it. They have a lot of freedom, and they don't make as much as they did trucking, but they have a lot of freedom, and they have a lot less overhead. And you can make money, but you can't be stupid about it. You can't go and stay in a hotel room every night and eat steak every night, because you're just going to burn through your money. And so you got to do some tough in it, staying in your truck and stuff like that. Yeah, you can make some good money. It also depends on reloads too.
Little discipline goes a long way.
Little discipline goes a long way. I ain't got much. I'm fat. I like my food.
All right, and yeah, what he was saying, the reloads go a long way. To touch on that, I'm gathering that as far as reloads, there's not really another company that does quite as well as Horizon. I could be wrong, but the people that I have talked to, they're doing this. It seems like Horizon has a lot more reloads. So maybe that's why I'm doing so well, why I'm so happy with it, considering where I live. If you were in Idaho,
Yeah.
would you be as happy with Wave as you are?
If I lived in Idaho?
Yeah.
I'd be... No, I would not, because I'm from Louisiana, and I drive... It's 1,500 miles for me to get a trailer, period. There are no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If I want a trailer, I got to drive to Indiana to get one. I've worked here since September, and I've only seen twice trailers coming out of the Gander RV that I delivered to near my house. Unfortunately, both times I was on the road, so they did me no good. And I don't ever hardly get reloads. And I've been dispatched on 6 of them. I've picked up 1. So when I get there, they're gone mysteriously. Camping World ends up giving away our campers to, I don't know how they do it, but I know that when I get there, they're not there. And I know they're not Wave drivers getting paid on it, because I have the paperwork. They can't get paid.
Right.
So I know it's not my company screwing me over. It has something else.
All right, so maybe they sold it last second. Because I've seen that happen.
Yeah, that actually is very plausible. They could have sold it like right before I got there. Like, oh, we need this trailer moved, blah blah blah, and then some guy walks in and goes, "Woo, that's a nice trailer. I want that. I'm gonna do it right now. Pay you cash." And they're like, "Sorry, man, the trailer's gone." Yeah, don't know what happened to it.
So that could be it. I just wanted to touch on that because, you know, I hear all the time that you can't make any money in this. There's no profit. You can't do anything. And honestly, if I didn't have the reload boards that I do and was able to keep myself as busy as I am off of that, and the ELDs, which will be in the next video, I don't know that I'd be as happy as I am right now. I have a lot of personal expenses, so I need to keep busy, or I wouldn't be able to stay afloat. Anyway, I just want to touch on that. Dave, you got anything else?
Yeah, actually, I got one more thing. So he's touched on ELDs a lot in his videos. Like, I don't run one, but if you were driving for Wave or a company that doesn't have a lot of reloads, having an ELD makes no sense, because like we don't pick up ELD loads at all. Which our company has an option where if you want to run one, you can run one, but you're kind of doing yourself a disservice if you have the ELD that's hooked to your engine.
Okay.
Because it doesn't pay. It kind of hinders you a little. So.
And that makes perfect sense. You know, I've reached the point where I am a firm believer in the ELD. Yeah, it's an inconvenience. Just because of the way the logbooks work, and, you know, I'm parked right here. Maybe I want to go get fuel in the morning before I take off down the road. Well, I got to deal with that. You know, crawl through at 2 miles an hour, or go do my pre-trip and then log my pre-trip, drive over there, get fuel, yada, yada, yada. Whereas without the ELD, I don't know the details on this because I've always had an ELD, but I think you could go over, get fuel, come back, do your pre-trip, log both of them, take off. You know, you're still logging your amount of time. You're still logging, like, as far as, you know, legality and DOT. I think you'd be fine doing it that way.
Yeah, absolutely. You can So like you said, if you want to get fuel in the morning, you can pull over there and get fuel, and then pull either off to the side or somewhere and do your pre-trip after you get fuel. You know, you can set your thing on pre-trip and do your inspection before you leave. You can do your pre-trip off the side. Like he has to putt. I've been driving with him for a few days, and he has to creep and crawl, which works because I get up slow. So yeah.
All right.
Like this morning when I was dead.
So I'm 2 hours from my drop. He's 3 hours from his drop. From here, I'm going north. He's going south. And as I've said a few times, the next video is going to go over ELDs and why I think they make sense, why they're worth it, and it's something I will continue to do. As always, those of you out on the roads, I wish you fair winds and following seas. Take care and have a great day.